Quarantine! 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 It's been almost exactly a year and a half since the last quarantine's update, and about 8 months since the second one, so when I realized that, I figured it was time for a revamp. As for personal life updates, there's not that much to talk about. I started learning bass. But I'm not that good at it, so. The part of guitar that I'm the worst at is plucking, and that's kind of all bass is, so this new instrument conquest might be a little unrealistic. Learning the bass is just one of the goals that I've set for myself lately. I have a few. Skincare is another one of them. I ordered Curology, and I have kind of like my little free sample things, and I've been using them for about 2 weeks now, I think. So, I think it's making a difference. My skin definitely feels smoother, but it doesn't really look that much better than it did before, so we'll see, I guess. I've also been trying to read more. I figured it was time that I get more acquainted with some of the classics, you know, Austen, Dickens, Twain, the works. I'm about halfway through Emma right now, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I've always really liked reading, ever since I was a kid, but I have a hard time focusing for long, or for any period of time, so it's kind of hard to read, like, long, complex novels. Because of that, I don't really read all that much, but I'm glad I'm getting back into it, because it is fun. My goal is to read a book a month, which might be a little ambitious, but I've only been reading Emma for about a week, and I'm about halfway done, like I said, so I think I'll be okay. And I have 12 books that I want to read, so it should work out pretty nicely, so I can read all of them in a year. Okay, music. The first artist I've been really into lately is Briston Maroney.
Halfway home, you called me at the station and struck me up with quiet conversation. It'd been months since you had set me free. Filled me in on your newfound meditation. The quiet life helped your dedication. The dreams that you loved more than you loved me. I do not want to be cold to you. You left me no choice again. But girl, you better act your age, or you're gonna find yourself alone someday, sitting still in the same old place, looking the same as yesterday. Let me let you in on a secret. You got lies, I wish you would keep them beside your cage with a broken lock. I'm sick of this small talk. Small talk.
My friend showed me one of his songs, Fool's Gold, and I sort of instantly fell in love. His EP, Indiana, is honestly one of the best collections of songs that I've ever heard, and his use of drums never ceases to amaze me. Plus, the way that he uses his guitar is just really satisfying. He's just released a new song with Adam Melcher, an artist that I saw live in concert just a couple days ago.
Anyway, I was like, I was very against it. I was like, I was like, no asshole today,
And I also talked about Adam in my original Quarantines video. I'm also very invested in Adam Melcher. Next, we've got Palehound.
Your song in my head and your posters above my bed. You watch me sleeping. Got a seat for your show. Couldn't swing the front row. Could you hear me from the nosebleed screaming every word? I want your lies, I need your secret. Will you be mine? I wanna know you like
Okay, so I know that Back of My Hand is a Bachelor song, but Bachelor is just Ellen Kepner and Jay Som, so I think technically it's basically a Palehound song. Plus, Room is my favorite Palehound song, and I couldn't find a tab for that, so I just chose Back of My Hand. I saw Ellen Kepner live when Palehound opened for Lucy Dacus, and they're just... ah! The use of metaphor is so goddamn incredible, and the way that they communicate exactly what they're thinking without ever really saying what they're thinking, it's just... ah! I think the best example of this is their song Aaron. The lyrics being, your mother wanted to name you Aaron, but her body billed you as a different man. And my friend, if you want me to call you Aaron, I can, Aaron, I can. I don't know exactly what Ellen wanted the lyrics to mean, but to me it kind of sounds like they're talking to a friend who's trans, and they're sort of comforting them, and I just... How many times can I really unattractively shout in this description before it becomes redundant? The phrase, her body billed you as a different man, just always gets me. I don't know why. It does. It always will. Plus their voice is really cool. It's really distinct, and to me that's the best quality a voice can have. Next up, Sam Phillips.
If I could write, I'd set all the words free to follow you. Tell you wonder, tell you secrets and solitude. I've had to let go of so much, it's hard to hold on now. Something far off is pulling me, and when I go this time, don't think I'm coming back. I took your ring that never comes off and put it on. Sorry to lose you, sorry to keep you after you were gone. Nothing is small, nothing is unexpected. I want more, and when I go this time, don't think I'm coming back.
I'm a huge Gilmore Girls buff, and the soundtrack, composed by Sam Phillips, is one of my favorite parts of the show. Her music is really calming, and I think that the way that she combines a whole different, like, slew of strings is really neat. I've been listening to A Boot and a Shoe while I read, and it's kind of the best scene-setting music, which I think is why it works so well within the confines of a show soundtrack. And, you know, like, the strings, and I'm reading Jane Austen, so it's kind of, like, dreamy and romantic, and it works, and I'm a dork about it, and whatever, it's fine. Okay, leave me alone. And last but not least, we've got Sydney Sprague. Sprague.
All I want is a cold black coffee, crying hard in the middle of the backseat. Could've gone home 3 hours ago, but I refuse to die. All I need is a tall, pale redhead, a big, long road, and a while to go. Took me too long before I know, so I refuse to die. All I need is a little bit of pressure to keep me moving back to the center. I could do that thing I said I'd never. I think it's time to try. So I refuse to die.
I saw Sydney when she opened for the Front Bottoms, which is quite possibly the most insane show that I've ever been to. She has a really incredible voice. Live, she sounds almost exactly like she does on her tracks, which I actually wasn't expecting because her voice is so on pitch that it sounds like she uses autotune, but she really doesn't. Staircase Failure is really good. The drums on that track are sort of like brain scratchy, and it sort of sounds almost like tinny or like a bell, if that makes any sense. And I don't know, I just really like the beat a lot. I've been listening to her music when I go on walks, because it's cold outside now, because it's November, and it's sort of the best, like, kind of upbeat walking track. It just makes me feel super cool. I listen to, like, Steve and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'm, like, the baddest, and, you know. Okay, that's all. Hopefully in 8 months from now we won't be in quarantine anymore, so I won't have to make another one of these. But if we are, expect to see me back here again with hair that looks even worse than this, because every time I do this, my hair just looks a little bit more like shit. I've got no idea what I'd title it if I had to do another one. I'm already kind of grasping at straws with the titles, obviously. So if you have any recommendations, since we probably will be in quarantine 8 months from now because the world is a mess, and at this point maybe it won't ever stop being, but if you have any recommendations, like, let me know, because I need help. Okay, bye.